All righty, any pains or injuries? Everyone good? Okay. Good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for classes through upindy.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is open flow, level 1, level 2. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. Now, if your lower back or your hips are tight, please elevate and sit up on some blocks or some blankets so that you can find a comfortable cross-legged position with a lengthy, tall spine. Right? Palms face up. Fingers come together in mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Grounding evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine, and let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart, pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga, call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyendraha, Bihyendraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. Chin toward the right shoulder. Continue to pull gently to the back of the head. Release, back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. So you can take spots like toward the middle over there. Chin back toward the chest again, and then taking the opposite direction. And chin back toward the chest again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side, and turning your toes toward each other, and then roll them out. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Outer rotation, circling. Come back to center, switch them around, inner rotations. And back to center again, cross your shins. Take the opposite crossing of the legs. Take the arms up high, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back up, other side. Take it back up again, legs forward, forward folds, grabbing your feet, ankles or your shins, lengthen the spine, keep that neutral spine as you gently make your way forward into that forward fold. Take it back up, windshield wiper, step the feet to the floor, pivot to the heels, your feet should be maybe about 2 feet ahead of you, supporting with your hands, just windshield wiper your knees side to side. So you're moving your hips, your lower back. All right, take it back to center. Draw the knees together, swing the legs back behind you, down dog, and start to pedal out the legs. Walk it out side to side. All right, take it back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Right knee in toward the nose, around the spine. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg, stepping your right foot forward. Warrior one. Back heel comes down, arms up high, and extend. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. 3 times. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee as your warrior one. Exhale. Open up the arms. Open up the hips for warrior two. Now let's check your alignment. In your warrior poses, the front toes always point straight forward, so the inside of the foot should always be parallel to the side of the mat, okay? So that's your warrior one position. And the knee should line up over the heel, vertical lines. So that's your warrior one, warrior legs. All right, we're in warrior two now. Arms are parallel, pointing in each direction. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two. Stay here, reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. You can modify elbow to top of the knee or the hand to the floor, left arm reaching up. Yeah. So Anthony, right? Just look at the people to the side of you and replicate what they're doing, because they are pretty clear on what the poses are, so that looking at me, because I'm going sideways this way, could be a little bit confusing. So just look to people to either side of you. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle. Right hand to the top of the shin to modify. Right hand to the floor, if we can touch down easily. Left arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle, right arm up and back. Then bend front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. In at one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly, hands alongside the rib cage. 3 progressive cobras, coming up a little higher every time. Inhale, lift up baby cobra. So your belly, lower ribs stay on the floor, lifting the upper back. Exhale, lower almost all the way down, so you're still hovering. Inhale, lift up a little higher, so your belly and your lower ribs come away from the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, if you have the back bend, take it. Otherwise, keep your elbows bending. Go easy. All the way down, child's pose. Feet toward the heels and folding forward, stretching your lower back. Stay on your shins. Walk your hands in, sitting on the heels. Right hand stays to floor for support. Left arm forward and bend your left elbow. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right 3 times. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting here. Use your left hand to outer right leg for resistance, and then actively draw your right shoulder back as you look further back behind you. Do the best you can in the rotation. Release, switch sides. Left hand down, right arm forward. Bend your right elbow. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting. Right hand to outer left leg for resistance. Draw the left shoulder back more actively and look behind you the best you can. Square back to center. Walk your hands forward. Down dog, second side. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose around. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg, step the left foot forward. Warrior 1, back heel down to the floor. Now let's check your alignment. Back heel is down to the floor at an angle, so you can really anchor the heel down to support. Left toes point forward, which means the side of the foot is parallel to the side of the mat. Bend the front knee so that it lines up over the heel, so these are your warrior legs. Arms straight up, squaring forward is your warrior 1. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee. This is your regular warrior 1. Then open it out to the right for warrior 2. Let's check your alignment again. Left toes straight forward. Knee lines up over the heel. Back heel's grounding down. Arms are parallel. Inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior 2, 3 times. Lengthen and reach up. Warrior 2. Lengthen and reach up. Warrior 2, reverse warrior. Left arm up and back in space. And then side angle. You can modify elbow to the top of the knee. If you can touch down easily, left hand to the floor, right arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse warrior. Then lengthen out the left leg, coming back up, triangle pose. Left hand to the top of the shin if you are less flexible. Hand to the floor, right arm up if you're more flexible. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. So again, 3 progressive cobras coming up a little higher every time. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms, take it. All the way down, child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold. And again, sitting on your heels, walk your hands in, lifting your torso. Take the hands together in prayer, interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward as you round your back. Chin toward the chest. You can lean back as well, so you're feeling expansion through the back bodies. On the inhale, lift up, reach your palms up, gaze up, and tilt it slightly back for a back bend. Then release your hands back behind you, interlace. Broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back, and if you have more range, go even further back into your back bend. Come back to neutral. Hands together in prayer, but take the other thumb on top, so this is your non-dominant interlacing of your hands. This should feel a little bit awkward. Press your palms forward, round the spine again, chin toward the chest, lean back. Nice, Anthony. Right? So you're going to draw the chin in and then lean the upper torso back. That's right. And then lift up, tilt it back, back bend. Then wrap the hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Draw the shoulders open. Non-dominant thumb on top. Release. Walk your hands forward. Down dog. Inhale. Right heel up. Right knee in toward the nose. Kick up. Open up the hips. Bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg. Stepping the right foot forward. Warrior one. So ground the back heel down. Come all the way up. Check your alignment. Right toes point forward. Take the left hand to grab the right wrist. The palm is facing up, so when you pull up, you're stretching your right side and then side bend even deeper to your left side. Take it all the way back up. Switch hands, extend, side bend to the right. Take it back to center. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Draw the shoulders to open. Look upwards. Bow forward. Devotional warrior. Take it all the way back up. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Right arm up and back. Extended side angle. So again, if you need to modify elbow to the knee, take it, or the right hand to the floor. Then left palm facing down, reach forward, so you're getting a lengthy left side. All right, so the front knee is bending in your side angle. There you go. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse warrior, right arm up and back. Extended triangle, so come up to vertical, lengthen out the right leg. Reach your right hand further forward. Hand to top of the shin if you're less flexible, hand to the floor if you're more flexible. Then left palm face down and reach forward. Extended triangle. Take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath, full push-up this time. Exhale, chaturanga. Forward and up to an up dog. Take it back to a down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips and bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg, step it forward. Warrior one, arms up high, extend. Right hand, palm facing up, catching your left wrist. Pull up, and then side bend over to the right. Take it back up, switch hands, extend, side bend to your left. Back up to center. Wrap the hands back behind you. Interlace with your non-dominant thumb on top. Lift the gaze upwards. Bow forward. Devotional warrior. All the way back up. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. So first, elbow to top of the knee or the hand to the floor. Then right palm face down and extending forward, extended side angle. Look at Michelle to the side of you, right? So just replicate her. Right arm forward, extending the side angle. Michelle, right arm forward. Take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle, left hand to top of the shin or to the floor, and the right palm face down, reach forward. All the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. In on one breath. Exhale, push up. Chaturanga. Forward and up to an up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and around. Kick up. Open up the hips. Bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg. Step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Hands together in prayer. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward. On the inhale, you're going to lengthen your right leg. Reach up. Then bend the front knee. Reach forward and twist to the right. So it's one smooth movement 3 times. Square center. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee. Press forward and twist. Square center. Lengthen and reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Stay twisting to the right. Right hand behind you, half bind. Left arm to our right knee and twist. Take it all the way back up and around. Reverse warrior. Half moon. Right hand forward about a foot. A little bit off to right side. Tip forward to balance between your right hand and the right foot. Left heel is reaching back. Left arm is reaching up. Keep the gaze looking to the floor, and that will help you to check your balance. So Regina, if you take your hand a little bit wider, right, that should help. Not much better. Good. You're going to stay on the right leg, and you're going to take that in the revolve position. Left hand to the floor, and square off your hips. So now your hips are parallel to the floor. Then keep your left hand down and raise your right arm up. So you're rotating to the opposite direction. Stay on the right leg. All right, step it all the way back. Circle it up and around. Warrior two. Reestablish your balance in warrior two. Good. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back plank. Stay in that plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to the belly, Sphinx pose. You're going to walk your hands forward about a foot to lower your forearms down. You want to then grab opposite elbows, and that will help you measure out your arms to be shoulders width. Then take your forearms back down to parallel. Then you want to check that your shoulders and your elbows line up. You want 90 degrees. What happens is if your arms are too far forward, you're going to feel like you're collapsing. It's even worse if your arms are back. You can't lift, right? So you want 90 degrees. This vertical structure here helps you to take balance, okay? Once you set that, you're going to take press your belly and your lower ribs toward the floor to flatten your lower back. Then press your forearms down to lift your upper back, taking it into a deeper mid-back bend. Then the gaze is slightly to the floor ahead of you. Right? You don't want to look straight forward. When you look straight forward, you crunch the back of the neck, so you're crunching this, compressing your cervical spine. You want to look slightly downwards, right, so that the back of the neck is in a much more neutral position. You want to look for space between the vertebrae. All right, press your hands down, lift the elbows up. So this is a slightly lower cobra pose, right? And if you want, you can start to look forward a little bit here. All right, let's break. Bend the elbows, draw all the way down. Walk your hands back and make your way back very quickly, very slowly into child's pose, but we're just taking one short breath. And then down dog. Inhale, left heel up, left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips and bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg, step it forward, warrior one. Then hands together in prayer, you're going to take the opposite interlacing of your hands and press your palms forward. So Deborah, facing forward. Yeah. All right? On the inhale, you're going to lengthen your front leg, reach up high. Then bend the front knee again, press your palms forward, and twist to your left. So one smooth movement, 3 times. Square center, lengthen and reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Square center, lengthen and reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Stay here. Left hand behind you for the half bind, and the right arm to outer left knee and twist deeper. Inhale all the way back up and around. Reverse your warrior. Stretch out your left side. And then half moon. Left hand forward, about a foot from your toes, a little bit off to left side. So you're in a diagonal position. Your hands being slightly behind you will help you to balance. Reach your right heel back, reach your right arm up. You can always keep the gaze looking down to the floor to help check your balance. Stay on that left leg. Take both hands to the floor and square off your shoulders and your hips. Then keep your right hand down and raise your left arm up to twist. So this is your revolved half moon. All right, let's break. Step the right foot all the way back. Circle it all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back. Plank. In a one breath. Exhale. Lower all the way down to the belly. Again, take Sphinx. Walking your hands forward. Grab opposite elbows so that's shoulders width. Forearms back down. Check that your shoulders and your elbows line up 90 degrees with your arms. Press your belly and your lower ribs to the floor to flatten your lower back. And press your forearms down to lift your chest. Gaze is slightly toward the floor, your chin slightly toward the chest, so the back of the neck is a little bit more neutral in position. All right, this time we're going to take forearm plank. Tuck the toes under. Press your forearms down, lift the hips, and we're staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Lift the elbows. Move the elbows outwardly so you can lower your chest. Walk your hands back. Slowly make your way back into child's pose to stretch your lower back. But once you get to child's pose, we're going to take one short breath and then make your way back to the down dog. Then start to walk your feet forward toward your hands. Come toward the front of the mat. Then once you get to the front of the mat, separate your feet about 1 fist distance. Then once you set that, bend the knees, lift the head, lift the upper back, shift the weight back toward the heels as you take it into your chair pose. Arms are forward, torso forward in a diagonal. Tail is reaching back. You can step your feet a little bit closer. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good. All right, so if you're able to, you're going to look forward a little bit. If that's really tough for your neck, you can look down toward the floor. One more breath. On the inhale, lengthen legs, lift up and tilting back slightly to help you neutralize all of that. Then come back to vertical. Left hand to left hip. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. Right hand to right knee. Open up the knee to the side. Once you steady your balance, you can keep your left hand to the hip, or if it helps you to balance better with your left arm out, you can take the left arm out. All right, we're going to sustain that right leg. Just release your right hand and move it out to the side, parallel to the floor. Notice without the right hand supporting that right leg, it is a lot harder to hold it up, right? For another 3, 2, 1. Release, step the right foot down, and just walk it out side to side. All right, so again, separate your feet about 1 fist distance. Then as you bend the knees, let the seat drop back a little bit, let the crown of the head and the arms move forward, and this is your slightly separated chair pose, right? For another 3, 2, 1. Rise up, slight back bend to release all of that. Come back to vertical, right hand to right hip, stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee. Left hand to left knee, steady your balance here. Then open up the knee to the left side and extend the right arm out. Stay balancing here and extend the left arm out as well. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Square back, step the left foot down chair, and then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Take a few breaths here. All right, with your hands supporting on the floor, you're going to start to bend your knees and shift to your tiptoes. As you start to bend the knees a little bit deeper, you're going to squat on your, balancing on your tiptoes. Then, if you can free up your hands and balance here, you're going to lift your torso to vertical, arms parallel to the floor, and holding it here. For another 3, 2, 1. Let the hands come down. Walk your feet back. Down dog. Raise your left leg up. Step the left foot forward between your hands. Right knee comes down to the floor. If you need extra padding to your right knee, take extra padding to the right knee. Now, if you don't have a towel or another type of padding, you can take your mat and right side folding towards center. You can double up your mat and get some extra cushioning if you need it. If not, that's fine. Then when you're ready, walk the hands to the top of the thighs and then lunge your hips forward. So with your hips moving forwards and downwards, you're going to get a nice stretch into your right quads. Yeah. Once you have the base of the pose, your legs in the correct position, press your palms to the top of the legs, and then think about your belly leaning away from your thighs, so your upper torso gently leaning back. Now the gaze is up toward the sky about 45 degrees, right? You want the back of the neck, again, to be more in a neutral position versus dropping the head back and crunching the back of the neck. So we want always the back of the neck to have some sort of support. Now keep your legs as they are. When you're ready, arms can go up. You can take Venus Mudra. If your shoulders are tight, you can separate your hands and just feel like you're actively reaching through your fingertips. All right, so depending on your shoulder flexibility, you can take your hands separated or hands together in prayer or in Venus Mudra. All right, let's start to release. Hands to either side of the left foot. Tuck the right toes under. Lift the knee. You're going to lengthen over your left leg, so going into your left hamstring stretch. Now, this is quite tight for you, right? You can always bend the knee. If you're bending the knee, you're keeping your hands supporting. You're just thinking about lengthening the legs, and with every breath, you're trying to lengthen the legs as much as you can. All right, so it all depends on your flexibility, whether or not you can fully extend the leg, but with the intention of lengthening the leg is what you're looking for. All right, bend the front knee, ground the back heel down, and circle it up into Warrior Two, straddling forward bend. Lengthen out your left leg. Turn the left toes to the right side of the room, so everyone should be facing this side of the room. Now, check your toes. Your toes should be just a little bit turned in. Your toes should not be turning out, so turn them in just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. Hands to the hips. Lift up for a slight back bend. Then come up to vertical. Everyone, bend at the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Then keeping your spine neutral, you're going to lean forward through a neutral spine, hinging at the hips. Let the hands come down. Once your hands are supporting, then on the inhale, you're going to lengthen out the legs the best you can. Lengthen out the spine by lifting the upper back. Then on the exhale, keep that neutral spine and hinge at the hips to draw forward. Try to avoid the automatic rounding of your spine. Try to continue to find as much lengthiness as possible when you take your forward fold. I'm going to hold it here for a few breaths. Now, if you feel like you're holding too much tension to the back of the neck, you can just let the head release. But still try to maintain the lengthiness of the lower back, right? So if you have the intention of that lengthiness and hinging at the hips, you're going to feel the stretch from your heels all the way up the back of the legs through the glutes and your lower back. And then once you take a few breaths and you have that alignment, if your back of the neck is a little bit stressed because you're lifting your head too much at this point, you can let the head release. As long as you can continue to maintain the stretch of your lower back. All right, we're going to start to break. So with your hands supporting on the floor, you're going to bend the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Does not have to be a lot. Then lift the head, lift the upper back. So now the muscles around your spine are engaged again to support. Shift the weight back toward the heel, lightening the low to front bodies and through a neutral spine and strength of the legs. Make your way up for Warrior Two. Expand the arms, turn the left toes back forward. Reverse Warrior. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. All right, second side, right leg up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down, untucking the back toes. Walk your hands top to thighs. Extra padding as you need. All right, so hands top to thighs, and you want to lunge forward. Now, another alignment is, I prefer to line up the knee with the heel, with a vertical shin. The reason is because if your foot is further back, even if you can keep the heel down, because your heel is so close to your knee, it's not very balanced, right? So if you don't have very good balance here, you're a little bit shaky. This is going to be very difficult, right? Although it is possible for the person who's a little bit more advanced. But if you have the heel and the knee lined up, this is a very, very solid position to balance with. All right, then press your hands into your thighs. Think about your belly leaning away from the thighs, upper torso leaning back, gently looking up at an angle, 45 degrees or so the back of the neck stays long. And when you're ready, arms up, Venus Mudra, or if your shoulders are tight, you can extend the arms out slightly. All right, release. Hands either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under. You're going to lengthen over your right leg. So again, start with the knees slightly bent. Make sure your hands are nicely supporting. And then with the exhale, you're going to lengthen out the right leg the best you can for the hamstring stretch. All right, if your feet are too wide, you can always walk your feet in a little bit so that gives you better support. Right? So you can always adjust your footing, right? So the wider you go, the harder it is because you're going toward a split, right? So if you don't have a lot of flexibility, you're going to want to hop it in a little bit and make sure you're nice and steady when you take your pose. And then starting to breathe into the right hamstring stretch. All righty, bend the right knee, ground the back heel, and come all the way up to Warrior Two. Lengthen out the right leg, turn the right toes to the left side, so everyone should be turning that way. And again, toes are just a little bit closer than your heels, hands to the hips. Lift up for the back bend to prepare. Then come up to vertical. Bend the knees a little bit. Let the feet drop a little bit. With a neutral spine, hinge at the hips to draw forward. Let the hands come down for support. Once your hands are supporting, now you're ready to inhale, lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine. Keeping the neutral spine on the exhale, hinge at the hips, bend at the elbows, and continue to feel for the stretch of the back bodies as you come forward. Now, you can always start with the head slightly lifted, right? Until you get to the point where you have your proper alignment of the lower back stretch. Then once you have that, if you want to release the back of the head and just let the head release downwards, right? So continue to lengthen through the back of the legs, your glutes and your lower back, but just let the head release and the cervical spine release. All right? So if you're able to isolate all those movements separately, you can get a very nice forward fold with the proper stretch. And then with the groundedness of your feet, make sure you're grounding strongly through your heels and the outer edges of your feet. So you want to press strongly so that you're nice and supported and all the energy working toward the midline. All right, let's start to break. So with your hands supporting, bend the knees, let the feet draw down a little bit. Lift the head, lift the upper back, so now your spine, again, is engaged. The muscles around the spine engaged. Shift the weight back toward the heels a little bit. That lightens the load to the front body. And then through the strength of your quads and neutral spine, rise up, expand the arms, turn the right toes back forward for warrior two. Reverse warrior, and then hands to the floor, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Pigeon, left leg up. Draw the left knee in and land that shin to the floor. So you're in a pointed left toe position. You want the thigh to angle out, slightly off to side, 30 to 45 degrees. So you're actually balancing on a triangle, right? Then with your hands supporting, if you're quite high, you're going to tuck the toes under, lift the knee, and then move the entire body back. Take the knee down, untuck the toes. If you can feel that you can go a little bit more, you're going to shift and go even more. So keep working until you get to the lowest position with the hips, but make sure that your hips are level, right? You don't want to sit on one side. Notice that if you're sitting on one side, in order for you not to fall to the side, you're then going to struggle and turn your torso in. Notice how the spine is completely curved, right? We do not want this. We want to be balancing on the shin. We want the levelness of the hips so that your spine is relatively straight. If you did this right, you should feel nice and balanced here. Once you're set, walk your hands forward, forearms down. You can stay on your forearms, or you can make pillows with the hands and go even lower. All right. Let's lift the torso back up. Walk your hands back in. Tuck the right toes under and gently press it back to the down dog and walk it out side to side. All right, second side, right leg up. Draw that knee in, land that shin to the floor. So again, right thigh angles out to the side, 30 to 45 degrees. You're balancing on the shin. With your hands supporting, inch your left knee as far back as you can, untuck your toes, walk your hands back. elongate through the spine. You want to feel levelness. You don't want to be necessarily sitting on the outer right leg, outer right glutes. And then once you're set, make your way forward, forearms down, the pillows with the hands. All right, so Anthony, I think you can inch your left knee a little bit further back. Keep the right knee as is, keep that thigh as is, just inch your left knee further back to lower your hips. I think you can do it. I think flexibility poses are the most humbling poses. So some of them look so simple, but if you're not flexible, the simplest of poses could be most challenging, right? So just keep in mind, especially if you're not very flexible, flexibility poses require a lot of patience, right? And just generally practice and just with the right intention, right alignment, and a little bit of forgiveness, right? We always have to check the ego at the door. A little bit of humbleness and breathe into it and ease your way into it. And we all want to be able to do everything, but we cannot always do everything. We want to. All right, let's break. Walk it back in, down dog. All right. Once you've walked it out a little bit, feeling pretty neutral on both sides, you have some circulation back to your legs. When you're ready, start to walk your feet forward toward your hands and gently take your seat down. Right leg extending forward, sole of the left foot to the inner right leg. Right hand is to the floor for support. Left arm is up. So it's opposite hand and foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Hinge at the hips to draw forward. Go as far forward as you can with a neutral spine. Then move your arm to grab your foot, ankles, or your shins, wherever that is. Once you have the resistance, you're going to lengthen again. Chances are you've rounded already. Exhale. Gently draw forward. All right, so Deborah, switch hands. Yeah, there you go. All right, the reason why you want opposite hand and foot is because when you take the same hand, same foot, the torso tends to not line up over the front leg, but rotates to the wrong direction, right? So that way, you're not going to get the stretch you need. If you go opposite hand and foot, you're going to force your torso to work a little bit more correctly to line up over the front leg, or the extended leg. All right, starting to release. Keep the legs as they are and gently twist to your left. Come back to center. Switch legs. Left leg forward. Sole of the right foot, inner left leg. Left hand to the floor for support. Right arm is up. Opposite hand and foot. Lean forward with your torso first. Get to the point that you are beginning to round, and you're going to stop, and then move your arm to grab the foot, ankles, or your shins. Whatever it is, inhale, re-lengthen, correct the spine. Exhale. With the resistance of the hand pulling against your foot, ankles, or your shins, work with a lengthier spine to draw forward for the forward fold. All right, take it back up. Keep the legs as they are. Counter twist to the right. Back to center. Extend both legs forward. Let's separate your feet pretty wide. Then press your left arm to inside the left leg. Extend the right arm out, and then gently start to tilt toward the left side, side bending over your left leg. Now, if you have the range and you move way over to the left side and the left forearm can come down to the floor, then take the forearm down and press your left arm to the inner left leg. Now, if you have more range and you can just keep reaching, maybe even the right hand can bind to the left foot. Alrighty, starting to release. Make your way back up. Press your right arm to inside of the right leg. Extend the left arm out. Then as you reach your left arm overhead, start to slide over to the right. You can keep using your right hand, pressing to inner right leg for resistance. And that might help you to hold up the pose a little bit better. If you're sliding so far over to the right that the right forearm can come down, go ahead and do that and press your arm to the inner right leg. Keep side bending. And then if you can bind the left hand to the right foot, go ahead and reach and take it. All right, beginning to release. Make your way back up. Keep the legs as they are. You're going to take your hands. Outer rotation, which means they roll outwardly. Take it slightly behind you. You can press your palms down or you can be on your fingertips. Lift your chest. Broaden your shoulders. Kiss your shoulder blades toward each other and gently looking up, and let's just hold it here. Now your legs are active, right? You want to flex your foot and pull the toes back and reach out through the heels. Think about the back of the legs pressing down toward the floor as well. And all that will help you to stabilize. Looking for the back bend here. And release. Take the gaze looking forward. Walk your hands in a little bit. Keep that neutral spine. Start to lean forward through your heart center, your sternum. Now go as far forward with the neutral spine as possible. If you're going to start rounding right away, then you need to stop at a slightly higher position. Now what do you think about the upper back bend, a much more neutral spinal position? Now for those of us who are more flexible, you can walk your hands forward. Continue to maintain that neutral spine. Keep walking your hands forward as far as you can. And then once you start to feel like you're going to round the spine, then you're going to stop and continue to breathe there. Now, for those of you who are quite high, right, then it's actually better for you to just keep your hands back behind you. With the hands back behind you, with the shoulders drawn back, it actually forces you to take a slightly more neutral spinal position. So here is where you're going to get a lot of benefits. So you can always stay here. Don't feel like you have to move your hands forward if you start rounding. All right, so again, flexibility is totally relative. It depends on what your body can do with the proper alignment. So you might be flat to the floor, you might be almost vertical, right? So it all depends on where you are today, and just make sure you always honor that, right? All right, let's start to break, release. You're going to take the hands to the inner thighs above your knees. When you pull up, your knees will bend. Just step the soles of feet together and just move your feet slightly further forward, creating a diamond shape. Then grab the inner feet, or if you want, you can thread your arms under. In this forward fold, you can round the spine as much as you want. So it's a very easy, restorative, gentle forward fold. All right, beginning to release, coming back up, releasing your arms. Extend the legs forward with your hands to either side for support. You're going to press your hands down. As you slide the hands out, it's going to help you support the weight of your torso, and then slowly lower onto your backs. Once you're on your backs, recline twisting. Left knee draws in toward the chest and hug the knee in. Keep the right leg out to the floor. Then left arm goes out to a T position or downwards alongside the hips, your choice. And then roll to the outer right leg, outer right hip. As you take the spinal twist. Gently take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist to the other direction. Take it back to center, hug both knees in. And gently step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward, Shavasana. Find a relaxation, your feet are separated, toes turn out, arms alongside the body, palms face up, eyes are closed, and let everything go. Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions, and then rolling over to the right, coming up to a comfortable cross-legged position. When you take your seat, let's take a non-dominant shin on top so that you can use your non-dominant side a little bit more to even out. And then reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again. See you next time.